Greetings, beacons of light. Namaste, namaste, namaste. And I'm so touched. So many of you have responded to this invitation. You know, I try to offer a 33-minute meditation on each of the most significant days that fulfill the five faiths throughout our year, as well as national holidays and so forth. And obviously, Easter is a very prominent time in many of our lives, particularly those of us living Western lives and in the Northern Hemisphere. But the very fact that so many of you have responded, you know, literally over the last few days, in response to the newsletters and the posts and the emails and so forth that we've been sending out, just so many people. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people here from all over the world. So I want you to really know before we begin that I am immensely touched, very touched by your presence deep in my heart. And my soul, deep within my soul, is quickened by the seriousness, the sincerity, and also the great love that you bring to this particular meeting. And I promise you that throughout this year, because it is going to be a remarkable year of record, in other words, all the events of this year, particularly the cosmological events of this year, are going to record in the annals of history the great changes that are taking place. I'm acutely aware of this, as I know you are, because I stay abreast of the major news broadcasts. Suddenly got an itchy nose for some reason. I guess it's the excitement. And at the same time, we know that there is cosmological adventure taking place within the heavens. So we are being awakened on a profound level. And as many of you who are used to me have heard me say, my firm conviction is that we are developing a new neurology, that we are literally expanding our 12 helix. We have a 12 helix DNA, but we're only living two. So we're expanding these codons into a much more expansive consciousness, full of light, full of peace, full of serenity, full of love, full of inclusivity, full of compassion, and full of empathy. Indeed, you could even refer to this time as being the revolution of the empaths. And so the fact that you're here to mark this very remarkable day is absolutely crucial. And as I was just saying, I will bear witness to the other extraordinary days that are taking place throughout this year. So, for example, on the solar eclipse in Aries, which is a new moon solar eclipse on April the 8th, this I see and I'm told through the 12 angels of light that work with me that this will be a startle point. This will be a cosmic reset. This will be a huge shift within our consciousness. So the fact that you're here to receive through meditation these profound ideas, these profound thoughts, will shift your neurology. As a result, we will create a new ideology, and the radiations thereof will permeate into our world and create a new sociology. So we meet today on Good Friday. And as we all know that in the Christian faith, the idea of self-sacrifice is a preeminent teaching concerning the allowance of one's own personal will to be lovingly enveloped by the will of the divine. And this was the profound triumph that Jesus experienced over the flesh, and indeed interpreted, translated, taught, embodied and therefore radiated for us. We were taught by his teachings and profoundly by the experience of his passing on Good Friday. Yeshua became the sacrificial Lamb of God through his predestined life and death, and from the cross was united with the Mother, Father, God principle, and on the third day was resurrected. And as we know, Jesus gifted us his unconditional love, his truth, his compassion, his empathy, and his extraordinary wisdom, except as I say those things, they weren't his. He was a tributary, he was a conduit for the love light circuitry. which is this extraordinary vessel that moves all the way through the central universal intelligence of our cosmos into the cosmic heart, into the galactic heart that supersedes any of the multiverses. That this human was an anointed one who was called at that time to share with us these extraordinary possibilities of do as you would be done by, mutual respect and common decency, love, having created your own specific social boundaries, love unconditionally and inclusively, so that all people feel the testament and the covenant of this divine providence. Thereby, as we know, in his passing on the cross, a wave of remission or atonement moved through the physical fabric of the living universe, of the living planet. Only for him to be then resurrected on the third day, and of course, three, as we spiritual individuals know, is an extraordinary vibration denoting the number behind all manifestation. And this created, his resurrection created a new covenant through Jesus for all to believe in. And so we meet today witnessing a seeming death as we release the wrongdoing of our past and atone our negative egoic conduct. And thereby we inherit the possibility of divine providence. So again, thank you for meeting me. What I'd love us to do is to really prepare our bodies, because they are the vessels for our spirit, that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. So we're going to go into a profound meditation where we literally open up the pranayama of our bodies. We open up the pranic cord. If these terms don't make much sense to you, don't worry, they will all be completely self-explanatory. And thereby, through the pranic cord opening within us, we can connect with the love light circuitry, be charged by the phosphorescence or indeed the plasma of that energy, so that we can then broadcast that energy through the world in loving, gracious, and meaningful ways to bring about change within the world, so that where the crooked paths are, they are made straight. But all dispatched through grace, no control, no coercion, no manipulation, just purely and simply through the adorning feature of the way that we experience love. The heart is the seat of the soul, and I believe that we're all gradually waking to the enormous presence of our hearts. We already know the science. It's been given to us by heart math, that the heart has an energy field 5,000 times greater than the human brain. But of course, as we know, through our education process, through our conditioning and socialization, that we've been fixated into the cerebralization of our beings. And if we just consider for one moment that was supposed to make us more intelligent, that we look into the world and we see lots of erroneous decisions being made, no judgment, merely an observation, merely discernment. And so without judgment, our role is to infuse all of those crooked paths with love, so that they are dazzled and shimmered by the quickening force of love, by the immense embodiment of grace, so much so that they immediately shift into flowing energies that transmit some of the most exquisite features of what it is to be a spiritual being having a human experience. And thereby, we cure the neuroses of separation, and we move completely back into the inclusivity of our relationship with the divine, because after all, we are sparks of the divine. And if you're questioning that, in a moment, I'm going to show you something. Well, in fact, let me show you right now, just to stimulate this. We're really talking about the fundament of our DNA. Now, my tech manager, Ryan, is in the background. There he is, you see. He's felt the immediate response. So we see human DNA, and recognize that human DNA is God's masterpiece and a mirroring of the divine. Now, the extraordinary thing about our cells and our DNA as this expansion takes place in commensurate detail with the way that our planet is expanding, is growing in its own organic reality, that we suddenly become aware that there is an adhesion within our cells that is called laminin. Your cue. Thank you. And that laminin is an essential molecule found inside the totality of our DNA. And it is an adhesion or a glue that holds and keeps all of your physical presence together. And of course, isn't it remarkable? Because it's in the shape of a cross. So there is further resonance for you in relation to the wonder of Good Friday. Now, where would we be if we were not in attunement with the messengers of the divine, namely with the archangelic kingdom or communion? And as many of you know, I work with 12, the 12 angels of Atlantis. So we have a beautiful image that we're going to bring before you right now. Thank you, Ryan, which is of one of the angels painted by the extraordinary angel painter Howard David Johnson. And we'll use this as an inspiration to move into a meditation. Please, would you feel the whole of your being as aligned as possible, meaning your spine as vertical, as aligned as you can, making sure that you feel the whole of your spine is supported by the openness of your pelvis, the weight of your body literally being connected into that cradle of your creative processes, your pelvis. Your body's center of gravity is in the base of your spine, you see. And feeling your feet on the floor, unless you're sitting cross-legged. If you need to, just release the upper body. Just lift the shoulders, squeeze, and drop. Or rotate the shoulders around, just feeling the ease within them, and then just lift them, squeeze, and drop. So you feel the weight of your shoulders. Our bodies are so extraordinary. They always respond. When they feel weight, they release, they relax, and we become free to flow with the universal currents that move through us. If you wish to, use a finger gesture known as a mudra, which is a sacred finger gesture, by bringing the tip of your thumb and forefinger together, or placing all your fingers together, or your palms together, or placing your left hand over your heart and the right hand over your heart, so that you bring focus into your heart as the seat of your soul. And then feel the whole of your spine illuminated with silver white light. This is your pranic cord. And we're going to enlighten, we're going to inflame or enflame this beautiful silver white laser that connects all of this vital aspect of your being, the earth, water, air, and fire, the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, the carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, and hydrogen, bringing everything into a beautiful, inclusive whole. And we're going to do this through the breath. What I'm going to ask you to do is just blow all the breath out until you're completely empty. And then when you need to, breathing in through the nostrils if you wish, and feel the breath wide and deep. In other words, open up the rib cage. I don't mean lift your chest. I mean open through the base of the rib cage so that the diaphragm has space to drop and you'll feel wide and deep with the breath, okay? So let all the breath go. Feel the need to breathe and recovery in. And feel the pranic cord flare and begin to open into the girth of your body and let the breath go. Blow all the residue out. Feel the need to breathe. And when you're ready, recovery in. Once again, feel the pranic cord inflate or inflame, spreading through the girth of your body and into the etheric sheath, 3, 4, 5, 6 feet beyond your body, and then let the breath go. Feel the need to breathe. And once again, breathing in and feeling the pranic cord open through the girth of your body, through the etheric sheath, now into the auric sheath. Let it spread to the wall, the edge of the walls, the ceiling, the floor, before and behind you, and let the breath go. Feel the need to breathe at the end, and recovery. In and sitting in your heart, just let it sound on home. And pause and rest and breathe in your own rhythm. And automatically notice how you feel the whole of your being, the whole of your consciousness soaking in a field of stillness that is just exquisite. And so, as we soak in this stillness, we soak in soul, your soul, my soul, we soul, the great soul of the universe. We soak in universal intelligence. And so in receiving, in a moment we will offer, we will give. But firstly, as we feel this stillness, notice how these vectors of the vertical, the north-south aspect of the pranic cord is illuminated like a vast laser, and moving downwards beyond your body, as well as moving upwards into the atmosphere of your home or wherever you may be, into the celestial nature of the heavens. And as well as feeling this vertical, be aware of the horizontal plane of a laser beam of light that is a silver white laser beam of light going all the way through your heart and expanding laterally from your body. So that in effect, the cross opens aurically through light within your body. This is the balancing of an ancient process known as the axis mundi, which is the vertical shaft or vertical vector, and the anima mundi, which is the horizontal vector. The horizontal is the feminine, and the vertical is the masculine. And in the stillness, you can probably feel that powerful energies are magnetized to you in the form of your guides, in the form of ascended masters or mistresses, in the form of the angels coming to you, knowing that you are beaconing a light so profound through the purity and the innocence and the wisdom of your soul that we are about hallowed business. And so these beings of light, these beings, the unseen ones living in the spirit world, may now be talking to you, giving you powerful information, which is beautiful. But stay present with this extraordinary sensation. Our time is short. And our time together is short. And we're going to now conjure within our hearts an image of a person, a group of people, animal, vegetable, or mineral kingdoms, or an area of the world that desires or demands your concentration, where there is conflict or sectarian violence, so that we can actually beacon our light and therefore wave our love into these beings or indeed these environments to bring about through our collective network of grace. We are one of hundreds and hundreds of people who are in this moment and have not, if not in this live broadcast, listening to the recording, that will be doing this to broadcast ripples of hope around the world. And as usual, we're going to do this through our breath. So, containing that image of the person, the group of people, or indeed the culture that you wish to send energy to, that you wish to send love light to. Firstly, we're going to breathe in an extended form of pranayama from the love light circuitry to fill the vectors that are open within your body, and then we will open an orb of light in your heart. So, begin by letting the breath go. Blow the residue out until you're empty. Feel the need to breathe. And then again, when you're ready, breathing in. And feel how the pranic cord is suddenly extended into the love light circuitry, and let the breath go. Feel the need to breathe. And once again, breathing in. Feel it expand even further and unifying through a crystalline grid of silver white light with all of the beings that are with us, either present with this intention or other intentions, and let the breath go. Feel the need to breathe and recovery in. And feel how your heart, in emanating this heart sound, the most open vowel, ah, through your heart, awakens the song of your soul, that we each have a signature note, which is right in the very core of our hearts. We have just awakened this. And you can feel that your heart energy is now moving into a beautiful orb-like sphere within and without your heart. And place the intention within this orb-like sphere of how you wish to communicate love and peace and grace and serenity and healing to the people that we were just making choices about. And again, just letting the breath go. Recovery in. And using ha, send it off into the universe. And then pausing and feeling the stillness. And seeing the waves of hope, the ripples of grace, the flow of your love, moving into those specific areas, and then furthering into other areas that may need the beauty, the grace, the simplicity, the innocence, and the exquisite nature of your love. And as this happens, vision the presence of Yeshua, of Jesus, with you, smiling, loving, approving, honoring you for this remarkable connection with the Christos, so that light shines from your heart through the whole of your energy field as a beautiful star, indeed as a human angel. And all of this is embracing and being embraced by this beautiful, beautiful stillness. And so, really honoring and respecting that quality of stillness in your being, notice how you soak in soul, the soul, your soul, my soul, we soul, the soul, and how you interpret all of this experience through the skin suit of your body, through the sensorium of your body, noticing how your skin suit gives you an edge, gives you a boundary, gives you a feeling of connectedness. Awaken through the filters of your senses, feeling, 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 the feelingness of feeling, from the top of your head to the soles of your feet, to the tips of your fingers, to the seat of your butt. Hearing, 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 hearing. Smelling, smelling, smelling. Tasting, tasting, tasting. And then when you're ready, if you wish, just placing your palms together, giving them a gentle rub, placing your hands, your palms over your eyes, and then opening your eyes into your palms, and then opening your palms and moving them away from your face, so that you feel your senses are heightened and opened and full of bliss. Ryan, if you could bring the screen back to me, please. So well done, everybody. Well done. That was beautiful. So we can feel all of these currents of energies. Isn't it extraordinary that our senses, our sixth sense opens so that we can feel all of the tributaries, all of these ripples of energy between us moving around the globe and bringing ultimate goodness, not through ego, but purely through for the sake of loving. And I have to finalize, because unfortunately our time has skipped on, I have to finalize a wonderful prayer that the angels of Atlantis gave me, which is a prayer of gratitude, which I'd love to share on your behalf with all of us. From the God and Goddess of my earthy being, I give thanks for the love that I am, for the love that is within my life, and for all the love that surrounds me. Thank you. Thank you for the miracle of the life that I am, and for the miracles of life that I see reflected in all about me. Thank you. Thank you for the cherished gift of breath and the water that makes this life live. We say thank you. Thank you for my perfect body, for my health and well-being. I say thank you. Thank you for the abundance that I am and the treasure I see reflected in me and all about me. I say thank you. Thank you for all the intelligence that I am as a spark of the divine and how this energy pervades all living things. I say thank you. Thank you for the excitement and adventure of the millions of wondrous possibilities in the field of my creation, in the field of the infinite possibility of my concentration. I say thank you. Thank you for the richness of the wonderful people in my life, both near and far, through which I may practice bringing my soul to all I meet. Thank you. Thank you for the animal, vegetable, and mineral compositions that surround me with such beauty. I say, thank you. Thank you for bringing such divine intelligence into the form of my being, into the form of your being, which we call human. We say thank you, thank you, thank you. Trust the inspiration of that radiant energy. It will become stronger and stronger, developing spiritual muscle within you, which is why meditation, as we know, is so important, of just feeling that stillness. We move into presence with the divine. We are human doers as well as human beings. And so our doing is our commission as beacons of light from the divine to bring the divine into all our creativity. Somewhere along the line, we know many of us have got lost with the neuroses of separation. And now we can see the glory of diversity. So we're living within this principle of the fact that Jesus brought us an illustration of how we could gain governance over flesh in divine ways. See the universe as a love letter written by the divine Mother, Father, God principle just for you. I send so much love. I hope you have a really peaceful weekend and continue the good work. Namaste, namaste, namaste. Oh, by the way, April the 9th, don't forget. And there will be an enchantment on April the 21st. There are lots and lots and lots of important things taking place. And for those of you who are interested in a soul reading, the community have asked me to create a special offer, which I've done before. And so many people are booking in for a 33-minute soul reading for very reduced means. I've literally deducted 70% of my income off the fee. So it's a gift for Easter, for the month of April. Bless you. Much love. Take care. Thank you, Ryan.